Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we'll learn about 10 situations where it's better to stay silent. Now, let's begin. Silence is profound and powerful, yet the noise and constant stimulation of today's world have led many to feel uncomfortable with quiet pauses. You reach for your phone without thinking, scrolling and tapping to fill the empty space. Conversations with friends go on a moment too long, so you jump in with anything just to keep the words flowing. Music plays wherever you go, in your car, through your headphones, on speakers in stores. You're terrified of being alone with your thoughts, so you surround yourself with a bubble of constant noise. Your mind races from one distraction to the next, unable to handle the stillness. You've lost the ability to simply sit and be. However, silence is the void from which creativity blooms. Think of the vast darkness of space, empty, yet containing endless galaxies and life. When you allow your mind silence, your thoughts organize like stars and planets forming. Ideas emerge that you never knew rested within you. Solutions arise, seemingly out of nothing. Great artists and thinkers know the benefits of quiet. Melodies and symphonies would never have come to Mozart without silence. Gandhi was able to harness profound courage and wisdom through silent meditation. The greatest ideas start as tiny seeds in the rich soil of a rested, silent mind. You have the power to clear out the noise pollution and make room for genius to grow. Silence is also a priceless social tool, yet so many people have no idea how or when to use it. There are endless situations where it's far better to remain silent or at least to pause for a few moments before saying anything. You can advance your career, avoid dangerous situations, and cultivate a more charming personality, all with just the power of silence. So in today's video, we're going to discuss 10 of the most important situations where it's better to stay silent. With the following 10 principles, you can wield this profoundly powerful tool and change your life. Number 1. The social paradox. The pressure to make witty banter in groups can be exhausting, especially when your mind draws a blank. Counterintuitively, allowing moments of silence often sparks a great idea. Staying quiet for a few beats alleviates social anxieties that no one else likely notices anyway. This mental pause lets overflowing sensory inputs settle so your brain can regroup. Without straining anxiously for the next comment, relaxation enables thoughts to redirect with refreshed perspective. An apt metaphor, humorous anecdote, or inquisitive question may then arise effortlessly from the depths. So, the next time you feel lost mid-conversation, embrace the silence. Allowing your mind to rest lets it regain strength, and this makes you more likely to share meaningful ideas instead of forcing hollow small talk just to fill the silence. Number 2. Tactical silence. It started as a conversation, but now it's a debate. This always seems to happen, doesn't it? All you wanted to do was voice your opinion, but now someone wants to take you down on a personal level. Maybe it's sports or politics, maybe it's a relationship, but at this point you're in too deep, and it's time to win the argument. One of the most effective tactics in this kind of situation is actually silence. Remaining silent in an argument can convey control and confidence while forcing opponents to stumble over their words. Rather than risk misspeaking yourself, let silence emphasize your points and highlight your rival's flaws. Saying nothing speaks volumes when timed deliberately, especially after posing a thoughtful question. A brief, purposeful pause gathers strength and focuses attention before delivering concise counterarguments. Number 3. Don't overplay your hand. Speaking confidently on subjects where you lack expertise is like bluffing with a terrible hand in poker. It often ends badly. Without a firm grasp of the facts or intricacies of a complex situation, making bold declarations primarily exposes your own ignorance. Rather than trying to bluff your way through, exercise the self-awareness to fold by keeping quiet. Let more knowledgeable voices carry the discussion while you listen attentively as cards are revealed. Restraining from boasting beyond your actual understanding preserves credibility. Occasionally, it's better to fold your hand even when holding potential. It's never prudent to pretend you have winning cards when you merely hold twos. Simply put, don't comment on situations where you're ignorant. Sometimes staying silent makes you seem smarter. Number 4. Romance Master. In romantic situations, sometimes it's better to show rather than tell. Body language can be an extremely powerful tool for communication. All right, let's say you've been talking to someone that you like at a party and things seem to be heating up. Rather than endlessly continue the conversation or blurt out some rehashed cheesy line, you can communicate your romantic intentions with a subtle moment of silence. Just pause for a moment, look this person in the eyes, and hold eye contact. Then, show a genuine smile. This short, subtle moment can have profoundly charming effects and serve as a transition from lighthearted conversation to something else. Number 5. Not your monkeys. When you encounter an argumentative situation that does not directly involve you, it's sometimes wisest to stay silent rather than inserting yourself into the situation. Getting involved in issues that are not your responsibility or concern can lead to unnecessary stress, discord, and complications in your own life. Even if you disagree with how others are handling the situation, inserting yourself into the middle of it seldom improves matters. As the saying goes, not your circus, not your monkeys. While seeing unfairness or poor decisions can prompt you to say something, you must ask yourself whether this is truly your place and if your words will help. When a situation is not your problem or battle to fight, you avoid resentment and entanglement by minding your own affairs. Stepping back allows you to devote energy to issues within your control rather than squandering it on those that ultimately are not. Just remember that there are situations in which you might consider intervening, such as arguments that may turn physical or cross clear boundaries. Number 6. Heat of the moment. Let's say you're in an argument with someone, maybe a friend, a family member, or a coworker. When emotions are running high, it can be better to stay silent, at least for a moment, rather than blurt out the first thing that comes to your mind. In the heat of anger, harsh words often spill out that we later regret. By momentarily keeping quiet, you avoid saying things that unintentionally hurt others or weaken your argumentative position. Anger also clouds judgment and impairs your ability to communicate effectively and reasonably. Just taking a pause helps calm your emotions so you can reflect clearly on the situation. Staying silent prevents the anger from escalating into a heated argument that damages and sometimes ruins relationships. Once composed, you and your opponent can have a thoughtful discussion to voice disagreements or concerns constructively, without accusation or attack. Removing ourselves from the situation to cool down can be wise. Speaking out of turn often fans the flames. Keeping your head can help you control them. Number 7. The 3 taboos. Have you ever heard about the 3 taboos? Traditionally, there are 3 subjects to avoid at casual social events: politics, religion, and personal money matters. Strong opinions and heated emotions often swirl around these subjects. Rather than spark stimulating debate, discussing partisan views at a party frequently kills the mood. Even if you think everyone shares your beliefs, assuming group consensus and voicing your unfiltered takes, it can cause chaos in unintended ways. Biting your tongue on these polarizing issues allows friendships to grow, despite different views or opinions. Shared humanity matters more than arguing finer philosophical points over hors d'oeuvres and small talk. Save those heavy conversations for more appropriate times and audiences. Number 8. Pure listening skills. Have you ever been interrupted while you were saying something important? It's one of the most annoying experiences in the world, and yet almost everyone does it, at least sometimes. However, if you stay silent and actively listen when someone's speaking to you, they'll feel respected and appreciated. Without thinking ahead to your response, focus on comprehending what they say. You'll better absorb their words, perspectives, emotions, and meaning when you quietly listen. This understanding allows you to then respond thoughtfully and appropriately. Your replies will be more insightful after reflective listening rather than rushing to comment. The speaker will find you more engaging, charming, and significantly more attractive. Number 9. In legal situations. When embroiled in a legal matter, remaining silent or being exceedingly careful with words safeguards against self-incrimination. Anything you say to authorities can and often will be used against you, no matter how innocuous it may seem. Even casual remarks made without counsel present, if later twisted out of context, could damage your position. On the advice of a lawyer, invoke your right to avoid self-incrimination. It's better than jeopardizing your case in a desire to clear up perceived misunderstandings. In legal settings, perceptions sometimes matter more than intentions. Staying silent also prevents obscuring issues better clarified by a skilled professional, someone who's steadfastly looking out for your interests. Number 10. The privacy box. Respecting privacy often requires keeping silent about sensitive personal matters. Whether by accident or intentionally, sharing private details without permission betrays trust and violates an individual's dignity. Certain situations reasonably expect discretion, such as interactions with doctors, lawyers, or religious authorities. Spreading private information, even if not overtly malicious gossip, imposes your judgment without permission. Even vague references can spark curiosity and unwanted scrutiny. Unless you have explicit approval or a profound ethical reason, like preventing harm, consider the golden rule. Would you want someone else divulging your personal matters? Biting your tongue preserves confidence in relationships. Fundamentally, it comes down to displaying empathy, integrity, and sound judgment. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.